I think, though, that the youth don't really understand that the parents know the magnitude of the consequences that you might have to suffer. And what parents are trying to do is to protect you from some types of consequences that might be irreversible, like a baby, or like flunking out of school, or drug abuse that might take 3 or 4 years to overcome, if you do overcome that. So it's really just more of a protection, because you don't understand all of the things that might be happening after 12 o'clock midnight, and the pitfalls that you could fall into that might take the rest of your life to overcome.
Y'all, I'm back. I told you I was going to be back. I didn't know when I was going to post a video, but I posted it now. And you watching me and I'm watching you. Okay? So, if you know me, you know I be talking about I want a baby. I be like, Mom, I want to have a baby next year. Mom, I have a baby next year. And every year I'm like, I'm going to have a baby. But then, you know, it'll be stuff going on in the world. And I'm like, I'm just not trying to have a child, you know. But I think if you want a child, it shouldn't be for the sake of like, oh my gosh, me and him will make a cute baby. Or, yeah, I'm trying to trap her. Or, that's wifey, we about to have a baby. Like, no, you really need to take this serious. The child ain't asked to be here, first of all. And what you're not going to do is neglect your child. You know, parenting don't really come with a manual. Well, you know what it actually does? They have like the kitchen, what's it called? Kitchen soup? Kitchen soup for the whatever. You can find books and articles on how to raise children, but they'll never be like the perfect right way, because all children are different. And so, you know, but you have an idea of what you should do. But anyway, so while I've been gone, I've been reading books, like not just like fiction stuff, but like nurturing the mind. I've been feeding the mind. And one of the books that I read is Things Your Parents Should Have Told You. And a part of this book is how to raise your baby. So what I can say is, like, I feel like men in general in the Black community are not taught husbandhood, and they're not taught fatherhood, and it's not their fault, and women as well. But I just not trying to jump the gun, because we're gonna have so many more videos. But I just want to say this. I think my videos should be like watched like while you at the gym working out and you want something to watch, or while you in the shower and you need something to listen to, or like while you going up, you know, trying to find something to listen to go to bed. Like my videos be kind of short, like 5 minutes, 3 minutes. I be trying to make them longer, but I'm gonna make it longer because you need to listen. There's some good stuff right here. So the first one, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the points listed in the book, and then I'm going to discuss them a little bit. So the first one says, do not let strangers come up to you and kiss your baby or touch their hair. They think they're showing you that your baby is cute, but really they are nasty and they have germs. Look, I know some people be pressed like, oh my God, my baby. Oh, you want to see my baby? You want to hold my baby? No. How would you, first of all, just put it in this way. Imagine you're a baby. How would you feel being tossed off to everybody and you don't even have a decision to be like, no, I don't want them to hold me. I don't want them to touch me. Like, babies are so susceptible to like germs and viruses. Like, they're new, they're precious. Like, everybody shouldn't be touching your baby, just like you don't let everybody at your house. So you shouldn't let everybody at your house. Everybody don't need to be touching your baby. No, like, protect your baby. And especially, we're going to get to it further, but it's a lot of sexual assault and abuse that goes on in families settings. And it don't be no stranger down the street. It can be, but it usually don't. It's usually somebody you know. So don't be letting auntie, uncle, grandma, cousin, people that you gotta keep an eye on. Don't be letting everybody touch your child. Like, that is not okay. And don't just be dropping your baby off with everybody because you want to go do what you need to do. No, you brought this baby here. You need to take care of this baby. Now, granted, yes, you deserve to have a life too, but you get what I'm saying. So yes, don't be letting everybody touch your baby. The next one, do not feed your baby junk food just because it's sitting on your lap while you eat. It's harmful to the baby's digestive system if it's spicy or tough foods when they're little. Yes, like, just because, they want to be crying, wah, wah, and you want to shut them up and put a little hot Cheeto in their mouth, don't do that. I've seen a lot of times, like, babies be so big, like, young, or you wondering why these little 13-year-olds be looking 22, 25. It's that food you be eating. And yes, they're small, like, their organs, everything's not developed yet, and you over there asking them to digest meatloaf. It's just not the time for that. Like, I feel like at a young age, babies should not be eating meat yet. No, just stick to the foods, the baby foods and stuff that they prepare for you. Hold on one second. So I feel like just stick to like the baby foods. And no, you don't have to do the packaged stuff that you get in the store. But like fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, they got the little blender. You can mix it up, but no. You don't need to be eating cookie cake and no. We want a healthy baby. And I think that we don't understand, like, we eat to live. So the longer you're around is based off of your health. And your health is that food you be putting in your system. Whether you decide to go to the gym or not and you work in your body, your age is a state of mind. It's how your body is, okay? You could be 80 years old with a body of a 21-year-old, okay? And you could be 21-year-old with a body of an 80-year-old. But yeah, don't harm your children like that. Next point. Do not let your boyfriend or girlfriend babysit your child until you have been around them for a long time and you've seen them function under pressure with your children. Let me tell you something. I said this a few sentences ago. Don't be letting everybody around your child. It's just not okay. Especially like having a child, you gotta have patience, okay? You have to really understand that these, children haven't been around, so they don't really know how to function. They can't even talk, okay? If they hungry, they gotta cry. They can't say, I'm hungry. They gonna cry. And you over there stressed out trying to figure out what's going on. People be secretly hitting your kid upside the head, punching them, pinching them because they aggravated and they have not learned patience and they don't know how to deal with a baby and they don't know how to deal with their own anger or whatever because I'm sure they be lashing out on people. Do not have just anybody around your child. Don't do that. I don't care if that's your boyfriend and he's not the father of the child, but no. Girlfriend, no. You don't. Because I've seen so many news articles where it's like, oh, the boyfriend killed the baby or the girlfriend. No. Like, you really need to study, understand, pay attention. Do not be dropping your kids off with everybody. And I know, like, secretly, a lot of stuff has happened to children and they carry this weight on them. And they feel like they're protecting their abuser because it's like, dang, if I tell my mom, so-and-so did this to me, I don't want them to go beat them up and end up in jail, or I don't want to cause too many waves. It's like, no, you can't protect your child from everything. But while they're young, please be mindful about who they are around. The next one, do not leave your baby with youngsters or neighbors just because you want to go out. See, all I'm saying is like these are points, but it's kind of reiteration. So if you ain't get it the last few sentences or the sentences before that, don't be dropping your child off with everybody. Stuff be happening to people. And let me tell you, children, they pick up on so much. Like they're so impressionable. So you got them around the teacher, the neighbor, the dog, the mom. They're paying attention to everything. They don't know. They're just a sponge. They're absorbing. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Okay? So, it says your responsibility as a parent to take care of your own baby. You had the baby, okay? So and that's another thing, before you think about having a child, try to figure out how is this going to work? Am I going to be able to stay at home with the child and like be super present, or I'm going to drop it off to everybody and their mama? Because that's another thing, like with me, the fact I'm not married yet, God willing, but I'm not in a position where I can just comfortably just kind of like go. I can just take care of my child. Like, I'm not trying to in my head be like, all right, so who gonna watch my child? Who gonna watch the baby? I don't want that. All right, cool. Next one. Do not start your baby off on a lot of sweets. Teach it vegetables and drink water. Yes, child. For those who got kids, I know the minute you be taking them to McDonald's or you giving them cookies, they be wanting that thing. But if all they know is vegetables, fruits, and stuff like that, and their body is so used to that, let them start eating junk and stuff like that. They gonna get sick. So don't introduce them to that first, because they gonna be wanting. I'm a cookie. I'll cookie. No, your first word gonna be greens, collard greens, vegetables. Okay, it ain't gonna be cookie. Okay. So the next one. Oh, what did it say? Oh, it said especially, don't be feeding your baby bacon, ham, pork, and all that stuff. It's a baby. That stuff. Okay. I eat pork. Now, I know people be feeling some type of way and like be so quick to, oh, you eat the swine. I get it. I get it. And I'm not stubborn. I don't do it often. But I do understand that, you know, pork has worms in it that cannot be killed by heat or radiation. I get it. But this ain't about me right now. Right now. I'm not stubborn. I'm still aware. I'm saying this about the baby. Don't do it to the baby. The baby ain't asked. Don't do it to the baby. All right. Don't take your baby on the corner to show it off to your homies, and don't take your children to the dice game and allow them to watch. Now, you know, it be the young, you know what? It's good fathers out there. I'm going to say this because I'm not no bitter female at all. It's good daddies out there, but I'm saying like for the young dudes that we want to show y'all, oh yeah, look at little man, look we matching, he got his hat to the side. No, your baby don't need to be in no dice game. He's sitting there watching y'all. Babies are impressionable. I'm going to say this again. They be picking up on everything. They don't need to be outside dirty around your homeboys. They don't need that. You're not taking them up at the gas station around the corner. No, the baby could be in the house. You could be in the house, but I'm going to say that for another video. All right, so it says, do not destroy the eardrums of your baby by blasting that loud rap music in his ear all day. Don't let them hear music talking about sex and curse words and stuff like that. Babies are very smart and they learn the words. And you know what? My generation, I don't want to say my age, but my generation, I feel like we grew up on that and we knew the words, or we were singing word for word. But I don't think we really knew what it meant until now. But I feel like these kids, like because they're growing up on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that, I feel like they know. They know what's up. So, you know, you can feed them their mind and their body with good, wholesome music. Like when I get pregnant, it's going to be Beethoven. Beethoven and classical music. We'll see. All right, so don't take your baby to adult parties or clubs. Don't take your baby outside sick because you want to go somewhere. Y'all, I was talking to my dad on the phone some time ago, maybe a month ago. He was like, yeah, I remember when you was younger, you know, we was at the cabaret and it turned into a party. You was like, take me home now. Yes, I'm not, look, this is not my scene. I don't need to be up there with all these adults smoking and drinking and grinding up on each other. I'm too young to be exposed to that. Father? You don't need to be taking your baby there. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's no rush to have children. I know things happen. It's no rush to have children. Live your life. Have fun. Go out. Live it up. Travel. Party. Make your mistakes. Do what you gotta do. And then once you done got out all your fun, then it's when you're ready to settle down and really put that energy and time into a child, then I think you should have a child. But if you still like, you know, try and party or whatever, then I think you should wait.
I believe that good parents know who their children's friends are. Secondly, good parents invite their children's friends over to get to know them better. And many times they program their child's peer group to make sure they run with the right group. And parents need to be sensitive and stay close and keep the lines of communication open. So you're saying not only know who your children's friends are, but also know their parents. That's very good.
When I send him to you, you have the same values that I have.
Okay.
And so we know we are reinforcing one another when your child comes to me or my child comes to you.
Now, young people, how would you feel? You said you wanted to go over someone's house, and your mother said, well, let me call, you know, his or her parents and talk to them. How do you feel about that? How do you all feel about that when the parents want your friends' phone numbers to talk to their parents to see if everything's on the up and up? How do you feel about that? Yes.
That your parents to trust you and trust that you will not go out and find bad kids. I guess you call them bad kids, because I personally hate it for my mother to do that.
We have a young person here that says she thinks it's unnecessary. You should trust me. You say you're going over Teresa's house. Do you feel it's okay for you to at least leave the phone number? And is it okay for your parents, if they want to verify that you really are over Teresa's house?
I think it's bad for parents to, you know, like, well, question you about, well, are you really going over Teresa's house? Well, here, give me your telephone number just so I can find out that you're really going over. Why would I lie?
Yeah, true. So you feel because of your integrity that you should be trusted. That's okay as long as every time you say you're going to do something, you did it. Now, you do agree when you do not tell the truth, then trust becomes limited, right? Okay. For example, if at some point I really did call Teresa and you weren't there, you would not expect me to trust you the next time, right? You'd have to earn the trust over again. You okay with that? The trust has to be earned.
I think the older you get, your parents should let you go. Because some people are just like too tied to their kids. And I think at a certain point in your life, you have to let go. It's just like when you go away to college. You're going to be calling down there every day what you're doing, who your friends are, who's in your room with you.
What do you think that age should be then?
I think it should be about 16, 17, something around there, because 18, you're considered an adult, so you can do what you want to do.
But you don't think it should be 18?
Well, no.
I think you should start. You shouldn't start calling your friends parent. I mean, you're 17 years old. You're practically grown.
Right.
So I don't think you should be calling your friends. I mean, your kids parents and asking them, well, what's so and so over there and so over there.
Not that you don't trust the child. It's just that you want to be sure that since this child lives at home with his parent, that it's okay with his parent to have this child come over. So therefore, when we call to check, we're not calling to check to say, is so-and-so at the house? We're calling to say, so-and-so have your permission to have coverage.
Knowing who the friends are and the communication with the parents is something that should happen when the children are very young, so it becomes a ritual and everybody understands that this is what's going to happen. By the time the child is 16, 17, and 18 years old, hopefully that foundation of expectations on both ends has already been set.
What good parents also do is they have children check back every so often. You know, there's nothing worse than a child going out at Saturday at 1 o'clock in the summertime and you don't see them until 9 or 10 o'clock. I mean, all kind of things can happen. So good parents say, why don't you check back around 3 o'clock? And then check back at 5 o'clock, and then at 7 o'clock, and then at 9 o'clock. We're not saying you still can't get involved in negativity, but you only had 2 hours to do it before you had to check back and, you know, check in again.
I think, though, that the youth don't really understand that the parents know the magnitude of the consequences that you might have to suffer. And what parents are trying to do is to protect you from some types of consequences that might be irreversible, like a baby, or like flunking out of school, or drug abuse that might take 3 or 4 years to overcome, if you do overcome that. So it's really just more of a protection, because you don't understand all of the things that might be happening after 12 o'clock midnight, and pitfalls that you could fall into that might take the rest of your life to overcome.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying it by myself. It's in the book. Okay. So it say, what's it say? Don't let your child watch television unsupervised. Also, remember that cartoons are very violent and majority of the shows are filled with white faces and sex. Okay, so yes, the news is violent. Okay, that played a part of my paranoia being young. I always thought like, oh my God, they're gonna kill me. Oh my God, like I had so much anxiety so young, and I was so paranoid. I thought everybody around me was out to get me. I'm telling you, it's a real thing. I know I'd be like animated, but I'm so serious. So like really pay attention. And I feel like, you know, at school back in the day, I don't know if they do it now, but they used to have to watch the whole movie first before they show the kid. I feel the same way. Watch the whole show or whatever first. And even like, you know, if you are having them watch like certain shows that might be suggestive or might have something, watch it with them and have open dialogue. You don't gotta hide and shield your child from everything. That might be a segue into conversation where you could talk to your child and you can educate them. So I do feel like, because it'd be stuff coming on commercials and you don't need, be present. Pay attention. That's the thing. Pay attention. Be in the zone with your baby. All right, so let me tell you about discipline. Discipline, I can't tell you how to discipline your child. I'm just telling you what the book say. I'm just saying what the book say. But I'm going to read it. It say, if you spank your child, do not slap it upside the head. See, it's a thin line between abuse and a little spank. What they say in the Bible, spare the rod, spoil the child. Don't shake it. I forgot, it's shake something syndrome. Don't do it. Okay? Do not hit it so hard on the arms and legs that it leaves welts. Do not do that. You can easily, boop. You don't have to. This is a baby we're talking about. And your little power is strong. Don't do that. That's not cool. And don't strip them naked to spank them either. If the child is before the age of 3, you can generally just tap it lightly on the hand or the leg and it will comply. After 3, don't hit them at all. That's what the book say. But you know, when your kid be talking back and get smart and You gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying what the book say. But yeah, like, don't be... Let me tell you something about it. Sting. It make you think twice about maybe I shouldn't do this thing. Now, oh, snap. Y'all ain't telling me my lips was messed up. Oh, I done changed colors. One thing, if you could just tell your child, don't do that, and they just don't do it. But it's another thing when they don't have no type of, and I say a healthy type fear where they, like, in their mind, be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. If your child don't have that at all, I just say revisit the drawing board. But that's all I'm going to say. But this is things your parents should teach you. Shahrazad Ali, this my girl.